Morning and welcome to... No, that was a fuck-up, excuse me. Well, this morning we're down in KwaZulu-Natal, at Summerveld to be precise. Stuffed it up again. And of course he enjoyed another incredible success on Vodacom Durban July Day with the... Well, shit. Duncan's certainly hitting the high spots at the moment with a decent sized string and the support of a number of, let's say, more influential, what can I call them? I can't say well-heeled. I'll just say a select band of, yeah. Okay. But perhaps more importantly, getting to know that some of the horses that let's move.
And you're talking very
right.
plummy, just talk.
Okay. I'm doing a Derek Watts.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed meeting Jeff Woodruff and some of the inmates of... I don't think inmates is a very good word, is it? Yeah. I hope you enjoyed meeting him and some of his stable stars and rising... Damn it. Charles Laird, a man who's more than ably lived up to the great reputation that his family has established as trainers. No, let me just think about this. Charles Laird, a man who's already lived up. No. He and I go back some 30 years ago to a time when we were both working as young men in the industry for Turfentine Racecourse. He in the ranks of the handicappers and I as the first PRO to be appointed by the South African racing industry, and that's absolute cuck. Come on.
Stand by,
Horse, going. Stick your head out. Come on. Come boy. With a clientele composed of some of the... Let's just do this again. Joey Ramsden probably... Sorry. Joey Ramsden can probably be... And of course knows a great deal about things like... No, fucking... And I can thoroughly recommend the blog. What? Oh God. No, it was so nice. I thoroughly recommend that you go onto his website, Good Hope Racing, and have a look at his blog. Not too sure whether it comes out daily, weekly, but it makes for a very... God, can you believe it?
Just take a step away.
Join us again for another episode of Stable Talk. Sure. This horse is going to eat me.
Yeah, just ignore it.
Hey, well, it's about to bite me.
No, it's
Okay. That was Charles Laird, a man who these days places quality above quantity when it comes to the size of... No, man!
But because he's never had a soundness issue, he's gone fairly well.
I'm getting licked all over. Dennis Dreyer, the subject of our... Oh, God. So the subject of this week's episode of Stable Talk, Dennis Dreyer, a man who is steeped in racing with a pedigree which really can't be equalled in South African racing. His grandfather rode the winner of a horse called... It was great-grandfather. Yeah, okay. The subject of our Stable Talk this week, Dennis Dreyer, a man steeped in racing and with a pedigree which can hardly be equalled. His great-grandfather, Alec Laird, rode the winner of the Durban July in 1911. It was a horse called Nobleman. His uncle, Sid Garrett, his great-uncle, I believe he was, not only rode... Was it your great-uncle?
Yes.
Okay.
Great-grandfather, great-uncle.
Okay. The subject of this episode of Stable Talk, Dennis Dreyer, a man who's deeply steeped in racing. He also has one of the most impeccable pedigrees. His great-grandfather, Alec Laird, rode the 1911 winner of the Durban July horse called Nobleman. His great-uncle, Sid Laird, was not only a winning jockey...
Sid Garrett.
Oh, God. The subject of this week's episode of Stable Talk, Dennis Dreyer, one of the most affable gentlemen in racing. He's also deeply steeped in racing background. His family goes right back to 1911 The subject of our stable talk this morning, Dennis Dreyer, a man deeply steeped in racing and one whose pedigree in the game can hardly be equalled. His great-grandfather, Alec Laird, rode the winner of the Durban July on Nobleman in 1911. His great-uncle, Sid Garrett, not only rode but also trained winners of the Durban July. His uncle, Sid Laird, his mentor, trained 7 July winners, a record to this day. And his 2 cousins, Charles and Alec, have both trained Durban July winners, as has Dennis. Oh, fuck it, I was going well up until then.
Very nice.
His great-uncle was the incredible... Oh, fuck it. The subject of this episode of Stable Talk... Dennis Dreyer, one of the most affable men in racing and also one with an absolutely incredible pedigree. His great-grandfather, Alec Laird, rode the winner of the Durban July, a horse called Nobleman, way back in 1911. His great-uncle, Sid Garrett, not only rode but trained winners of the Durban July. His mentor, Sid Laird, still holds the record for the July of 7 winners in total. His cousins Alec and Charles have both trained July winners, as has Dennis. Like, how was it going to end? And we hope you're going to join us. But don't forget that you can catch us on Facebook with all the details, and also you can join us on YouTube. Fuck. In the meantime, you can go onto our website on Facebook. No, fuck it. If you'd like to see a repeat of the program, you can find our Facebook. In the meantime, if you'd like to catch a repeat of the program, you can go to our page on Facebook. Fuck it. No, that was a fuck it. Oh, shit. No, fuck it. No. Damn it. No, fucking terrible. Oh, fuck it. In the meantime, you can follow us on Facebook. From me, Jimmy Lithgow, and Stable Talk. Cheerio. That's cheesy.